Hello guys, this is Faden. Today I'd like to show you how you can use UrbanCode Deploy to automate your Helm Charts installation, upgrades, and so on. For the sake of the demo, I have created a process called install app using Helm 3. If I go into the process itself, you can see that this is the workflow for it. First thing is just to clean out the agent directory. Second thing is just to I would say ping the cluster, check if the cluster is responding back and the agent of UrbanCode is actually able to communicate with the cluster. And this is something I always recommend clients to do and to follow. The third step is to actually clone the repository. And this is basically the repository, and I'm also going to upload the templates of the UrbanCode process so that you can actually import it and play with it and modify it. Okay, so this is the, as I said before, this is the GitHub repository, and this is the Helm chart path, and this is the source code of my microservice or of my application within the Helm chart branch. Okay, so if I go back over here, just let me show you the shell script itself. So git clone single branch, and then basically here I'm specifying the Helm chart and of course the URL of my GitHub repository. And then here I have the start image build, and I am relying on OpenShift S2I to actually build our image. So as soon as the developers commit the code to, let's say, GitHub or any source code repository, and then UrbanCode Deploy starts the deployment, UrbanCode is going to trigger, in our case, S2I on OpenShift to actually build the image using the new source code that was committed and pulled to UrbanCode code station. Okay, and of course, if you're not using OpenShift, or if you don't want to use source to image capability within OpenShift, then you can always use something else like Canico or Builda for Kubernetes. Cool. Then, so if I just click on the start image build, you can see that this is the build configuration, and this is the flag. Basically, I have a flag called --follow, and this flag allows you to actually follow the process of building the image, so that UrbanCode Deploy will be failing if the image for some reason did not build or did not successfully build. Okay, and then here I have a Helm does release exist, and this is a very critical step because we want to make sure that if the Helm chart release exists already within our container platform, then we want to have a different kind of activity or different kind of steps. So if the release exists, then please go and upgrade it instead of installing. Okay, and here I am using shell scripts to actually upgrade the Helm chart. So you can see that this is the path for my Helm command line tool, and this is upgrade perfect node docker file OpenShift. This is basically the name of the release or the name of the chart itself, and of course the path to where exactly is the chart. And here I'm doing -n Helm chart demo, and this is the namespace or the project where the chart is actually installed. Okay, and of course you can rely on the Helm install and Helm upgrade using the Kubernetes plugin. You can see, for example, if you search here, you can see that there's a Helm init initialization, Helm installation, Helm upgrade, and you can actually rely on these two or on those to install, upgrade the Helm instead of using shell scripts. Okay, and the last step over here is just to ping the application URL or the microservice URL. It's just a way for me to make sure that the microservice is indeed up and running and it's actually able to respond to UrbanCode Deploy. And as you can see, this is just a curl, and then I'm putting the microservice URL. Okay, so now we have gone through the actual workflow of the installation. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to make some changes within the source code. I'm going to commit it to GitHub, and then I'll start the process so that we can see in action how the flow works. So I'll go back here and then to the command line, and I will change some of the code. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to change the version from version 8. I will call it version 9. Okay, and I will save this one. So now we have something to commit. Now I'm going to add it, I'm going to commit it. I will call it maybe improve, and then version change, for example. So I will push it to our branch Helm chart branch. So once it is committed to the branch, okay, ideally you will have UrbanCode Deploy doing some kind of a pull to the GitHub repository so that it can automatically install, upgrade, and deploy the new containers and images. But anyway, for the sake of this demo, I am manually going to do that. So now we have changed the version from version 8 to version 9. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to submit the process, and we can see this in action. The first thing is just to clean, as I said, the folder, and then checking the Helm chart and cluster health, and now it's actually cloning the repository, and this is the critical step to actually build the image. So start building the image. So if I click on the output log section over here, you'll see that basically the start build command for OC start build started. If I go to my OpenShift cluster, you can see that we have a new build started within OpenShift less than a minute ago. And if I go into the actual build and then I go to the log section, you can actually see that the image is being built, the Docker file is being executed, and so on. And as soon as the build process completes within OpenShift, automatically the UrbanCode Deploy will mark this as success or as failure, depending on the final result. Okay, so now you can see that the image build process has completed. If I go to the OpenShift again, and you can see that the build number 12, the image was built and successfully pushed to OpenShift internal registry, and UrbanCode Deploy automatically will mark this the process as success, or the step as success. And now you can see that Helm does release exists. So if I click on this one, you can see that the release indeed exists. So automatically the Helm upgrade step will be executed instead of the installation of Helm chart. And if I click on this guy, you can see that basically we have successfully upgraded our Helm chart. And the last step is basically just to curl the microservice endpoint. You can see that the pod has been created, and if I actually go to the endpoint and if I try to refresh the page, I'm supposed to receive the version 9, which is correct, instead of version 8. Okay, so this is basically how it is done. I hope this video was helpful for you guys, and if you have any question, please comment down below and I'll be more than happy to answer you. Thanks a lot for watching, and have a good day.